Hey guys, I'm going to attempt to do my 13-week pregnancy update. I say attempt because my kids are screaming as soon as I press the record button, of course. So I'm trying to hide out in my room, but excuse them if they get too loud. So I am 13 weeks and 4 days-ish. Yeah, 13 weeks and 4 days. So I think now I'm technically in the second trimester, which is exciting. So here's my update. I am feeling better. I actually think I had a yeast infection last week, so my stomach was like in a lot of pain. I've had horrible gas pains last week. I was like so uncomfortable down there, and I just wasn't quite sure what was going on. Like I would have to bend forward to go to the bath, like to pee, just to get comfortable enough to be able to pee. Otherwise, if I just sat up straight on the toilet, I would have a pain like in my lower abdomen that made it uncomfortable to go to the bathroom. So I couldn't relax fully to go. So I would lean forward to get it to come out. And I was thinking, oh, do I have a UTI? But then I didn't have any of the other like major signs of a UTI, like pain when actually going to the bathroom, like burning from that area. I didn't have that. I didn't have any like change in the color of my urine. I didn't have anything like that. And then of course I thought, well, maybe I have a yeast infection because I did have my doctor put me on antibiotics just in case I had a UTI because we had a phone appointment. I think that made me have a yeast infection. So I took a 3-day treatment for that. And that made me feel a little better down there. And then when I finally realized that the pain in my stomach was from gas pains and not being able to like relieve myself, like fart, I decided it was probably because of all the dairy and the milk and the yogurt that I had been consuming, which backs me up a little bit and makes me bloated. So if I'm already slowing down there in my digestive tract, then that for sure would cause some issues. So I quit dairy, and well, I had cheese today, which is making me a little uncomfortable right now. But and I had cheese last night. But for the most part, I'm really trying to avoid dairy because sometimes I do feel like I'm slightly lactose intolerant. So that was my week last week. It was not fun at all. I was like, this is miserable. This is miserable. This is absolutely miserable. But overall, this week I'm feeling better. I'm not really nauseous. That seems to have gone away. However, in the mornings, if I drink a cup of water too fast, I will kind of feel like I may have to throw up. So I have to take it really easy in the morning. I have to just sip water, snack very lightly. Like I can't eat breakfast until late morning when my stomach settles. If I wake up first thing in the morning and try to eat and drink water, no way, Jose. But I think that's because I have a lot of congestion. And when I wake up, I have the postnasal drip going into my stomach on an empty stomach, which already kind of upsets it. So then when I drink a lot of water or something else that puts, a little bit more stress or kind of upsets the stomach very quickly, then it's just like, I'm coming up. But I've noticed this mainly when it comes to brushing my teeth. Like I'll wake up, I'll have my water, I'll try to eat a snack to try to get my stomach to absorb the things that are irritating. And then I'll brush my teeth, and it won't be until I brush my tongue and I hit a gag reflex, and then like everything that is in my stomach everything possible comes up, and I do not stop throwing up until my stomach is completely empty. That is horrible. But it's only when I really hit that reflex. So I do find myself brushing my teeth later in the morning also when my stomach has settled down more, or just brushing my teeth and skipping my tongue until I feel better, because I know that if I hit that reflex, that's it. Game over. And I'm really trying not to have all my food come up because I need the food right now. I did find out the gender. So at 10 weeks, I took the NIPT testing, the genetic testing, this genetic screening for any genetic abnormalities for the baby. And with that, you are able to find out the fetal sex. So about a week after the blood was submitted to the lab, I got my test results, and drum roll, I'm having another boy. So I am boy mom times 4. 4 times 4. Goodness gracious. Yeah. We were hoping for a girl, obviously, because I already have 3 boys, but I'm excited for having a little baby boy around. And as I sit with it more and more that I'm going to have 4 boys, it's exciting for me because, I don't know. I guess when I had my 3rd child, I was like, oh my gosh, what are people going to think? I have 3 kids. Like, I'm in my 20s and I have 3 kids. What are people going to say? And now I'm having 4, and you would think that insecurity would be, brought out more. But I don't feel ashamed. We have our own house now. We have room for the kids. I don't have like really, really young kids like I did when I was pregnant with all my other kids. When I got pregnant with all of my previous children, I always had a 2-year-old running around, which was obviously difficult to have a 2-year-old and then a newborn, because a 2-year-old still needs a lot of attention and they get into a lot of things. And now that my kids are older, my youngest one is about to be 5, they are more independent. They can help themselves to their own snacks. They can get themselves their own drinks. They can go to the bathroom on their own. They can dress themselves. I don't have anyone in diapers right now. I don't have to sit and feed anyone. So yeah, I feel more confident this time around having a 4th child because of the independence that my kids have and not having any really, really, really little kids running around. And I'm excited because I'm a boy mom, and you know what? I get to remain a boy mom, and we're in Boy Scouts now. So I'm excited for that. And just thinking about the friendships, the bonds that the boys will be able to have growing up together, I think is really cool. I mean, yeah, like, oh, I'm the youngest of 4 boys. Oh, I have 3 brothers. Oh, you know what I mean? I just think it's cool. So hopefully they will be close. Hopefully they'll grow up and still want to hang out together. Hopefully they'll want their families to go vacation together and stuff. That'll be super cool. And all I can tell myself is that when I have grandbabies, when they have their babies and I'm a grandma, maybe they'll have an abundant amount of daughters and I'll have lots of granddaughters. And then I'll be able to enjoy some baby girls. But right now, I'm totally fine with my boys. I'm used to raising boys. I was a little bit worried having a girl, thinking of what if this is a girl, because of course I was excited and that would be super cool, but I was also feeling like, I don't don't even know how to wipe a girl. How does that work? Isn't it messy? Just thinking of things like that, thinking, oh, are they going to take over the house with girl things? Are my boys going to feel like I'm giving this little girl more attention than I ever gave them because I'm excited to have a girl? I was just thinking of all those things. So now that I have a boy, I'm having a boy, I just feel a little bit more calm and comfortable knowing that this isn't something I haven't done before. I'm not new to this. So yeah, I think just getting through the pregnancy and praying that it's a smooth one and that labor and delivery goes smoothly. After that, I'll be okay. But my main concern is, one, obviously not getting sick, especially with the coronavirus because I'm pregnant during a pandemic. And since it is my fourth baby, is my body going to give me more trouble with this pregnancy, even though I'm still pretty young? You know, am I going to have trouble? Is my body going to be in more pain? Am I going to go into labor early? Just all of these things that I have to really think about. Or I don't have to think about, but there are things in the back of my mind that do cause unnecessary anxiety. So yes, I'm having a boy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the baby supposedly is the size of a lemon right now. And by the time I'm 14 weeks, so in a few days, it says it'll be the size of a navel orange. That is humongous. Like just a few weeks ago, it was the size of like a strawberry, and then a plum, and then a lime, and then a lemon, and now an orange. I just feel like now the baby is growing fast. And I definitely did start to show, I guess last week I was like, dang, I can say I'm for sure showing right now. And then this week I wore a t-shirt that it was a little fitted, but it was a Halloween shirt. So I wanted to wear it to a costume party I went to. And there's pictures of me sitting down and my stomach is like hanging over, and maybe it looks like I'm wearing a shirt that's too small for me, but it's definitely enough of a difference for someone to say she's either gained a few quarantine pounds or there's something going on there. So yeah, I would say I'm showing now. And we did start telling people when we went to my cousin's Halloween party. I was feeling a little bit sick because I had thrown up that morning after brushing my teeth. And I was hungry because that was my breakfast, and we had an hour and a half drive. So by the time I got there, I was like feeling a little bit queasy from like low blood sugar, I guess. And so I was like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be a weirdo, but I do have to admit that I'm pregnant and I just really need something to munch on. Do you have any crackers or something? So I do find myself telling people now. And it's no big deal. They say congrats, and it's not, you would think that people would be concerned because I'm pregnant during the COVID pandemic, but they're like, congratulate. I think they're just happy to hear good news because 2020 has been filled with such horrible news that any type of good news is welcomed. So that's been nice too, having people be welcoming about it and congratulatory instead of like, are you sure you want to do that right now? Even my husband's dad, which last time I was pregnant, he was like, my husband told him and he was telling him, you know, are you sure you don't want to think about getting an abortion? I mean, blah, blah, blah. And so we were taken aback. Like, that's what you think we should do right now. That's not cool. But this time around, he was like, oh, I'm so happy for you guys and I miss you guys so much. Because we haven't seen him in forever since the pandemic started. So it stinks so bad. That is, I think, all that I have for you guys, though. I do notice I don't have as much like little pimply things popping up as I did earlier. I think last video I was telling you guys that I had some acne going on and such. I can't say I have acne. I do need to put lotion on because my skin is getting dry. And one takeaway from all of this is that I thought for sure I was having a girl because I have never been this sick in a pregnancy before. All 3 of my pregnancies, my previous pregnancies with my boys, have been pretty easy as far as morning sickness goes. The first trimester was so easy with all of them. I only threw up like once or twice with my youngest son, my last pregnancy. And my first son, I don't think I had any sickness. And my second, I don't even remember. So obviously that was no big deal. But this time I was sick the whole first trimester, and I have to be careful that I don't trigger anything, because sometimes it's just a matter of you hit the wrong nerve today, and then I'm like, oh, throwing up everywhere. It's so fun. I have not been back to the doctor since my first appointment. I am due to go back in a little over a week. I do have to reschedule, so it'll probably be in 2 weeks. And then I will see how much weight I gained, and how everything's doing. And then, of course, I will definitely see if, I want to ask them if there's anything going on down there. I want to make sure I don't have any infections going on, since I had this whole last week of questionable symptoms. I seem to be doing all right now, but just to make sure, I would just feel more confident leaving the appointment knowing that I'm in tip-top health. And so after that appointment, I'll probably do my next video update for you guys. Again, I'm not going to do these every week just because not a lot changes in a week, and I just feel like maybe I'll probably say the same things over and over again. But I will definitely try to get a video up after my next appointment to let you guys know how it was. And that's all for now. All right, bye guys.